Right, so I'm here for a social for 24 hours with my mate Scott, who's up in Slingers up there. I'm doing a few hours down here in 104 to start with. See if I can cover a bit of ground before I move up there and set up camp. I'm here for a social, so it's a little bit more difficult. Yeah, so let's see if we can catch one anyway. Right guys, so I thought I'd just quickly talk about leads today and the sort of different leads I prefer for different situations. Now on here I'm on the motorway embankment and the longest cast is about 18 wraps, but there's a lot of trees that overhang. Now a 3-ounce lead gets out there better, especially in the wind, but it's much harder to punch a 3-ounce lead low and flat to miss the canopy on the other side than it is to use a 2.5 ounce lead. So a 2.5 ounce you have to punch harder, but you tend to find that it can fly much flatter. Obviously it's all to do with the release time on the finger. Now at the moment the wind's blowing a bit through, so the 2.5 obviously gets affected by the wind a lot easier. So it swings and roundabouts a little bit. 2.5, low and flat, but has a limit of about 200 wraps without really, 20 wraps without really hitting it hard. The 3-ounce lead you don't have to hit as hard, but it tends to go in more of an arc unless you get your timing absolutely right. So play around with your different leads depending on how hard you want to have to punch, the angle you want to come in at, and that practice will pay off in different situations. So anyway, let's get this one back out. Well, I've been here a little while in 104, it hasn't produced a fish, so I'm going to be sociable now and go and join Scott up in Slingers, up at that end, so catch you in a little bit, guys. Probably wouldn't have chosen to be here if I had my own choice, but you know, if you're being sociable then you can't just go off all over the lake. But it forces me to fish a new peg that I wouldn't normally fish, as I just said. Some slightly different tactics. I do think some of the better fish do come off the silt at night especially. So I'm just gonna have one on the island and I put a bit of bait out at various wraps, see if we can pick up some of the fish coming through. It's worked for me in the past a bit further down, so we'll give it a go tonight. Yeah, you never know, we might come up with a fish. Right, so it's about 8:30 now. Nothing's really happened today. The wind's dropped a bit. Temperature's not too bad. Might be a bit cold later on, but it's not been uncomfortable compared to how it has been recently, so that's all good. I brought my baits in off the island, which is where I tend to fish during the day when I can access the island. And I'm out into the silt a little bit. I'm hoping to pick up a better fish there, or even just a fish would do, to be honest, for this session. Yeah, we'll just see. Maybe you'll see me with the fish in a bit, maybe you won't, I don't know. But we'll give it a good go. Baits are out and we've done as much as we can. Had a good social this evening, so been good fun. So maybe catch you in a bit. Morning everyone. So not an awful lot happened last night. I did have a small pasty, about 3 or 4 pounds. I did have a couple of bream, first couple I've had really this year. One was a bit of a clonker actually. Yeah, so pretty quiet in general. Was able to sleep well, which is great. But this morning I got woken up to a 1 toner just before first light. From one of my rods that was in the silt, which is what I said, I like to generally come off the island at night and fish into the silt. I've generally found that the fish have been of a better stamp when I've done that. It's not the biggest one. This one I'm guessing maybe upper teen or scraper 20, but still great to catch one when I've come on a social and I couldn't really chase the fish down to find them first before I put them bivvy up. But I'll do some photos and some video for you, and hopefully you can see it coming up now. So this went off this morning, just about on first light. Saved me from a blank last night. Really pleased with this one. Lovely dark colours. Again, coming out of the silt, not off the island. You can see 1 or 2 leeches on them, shows they're still tight to the bottom at times. Yeah, let's get him back. Right, so I pretty much think that brings this session to an end. When you're doing a social, you can't go hunting the fish down, which is what I prefer to do normally. So that probably resulted in just having the 1 fish, but what a cracking wood carving of a common that was. I should be back very soon, hopefully hunting some more fish down. So don't forget to subscribe, follow, and give me a like. And I'll catch you soon, guys. Take care.